Dude, is good, yo. It's your boy Ty back here with another video, and in this video today, guys, we are going to be doing a squad builder. Now, this is pretty tough, okay? The squad builder I'm going to be doing is 20,000 MT. Now, we might be on the verge of going 25,000, but it's tough to go for 20,000 without having any free cards. So if I end up at 25, 30,000, all I can say is there's so many zero gravity players that you guys can plug in. I mean there really is. If we want to just talk about the reward zero gravity, okay? Richard Jefferson, top shooting guard in the game. Latrell Sprewell can play. Steve Francis can play. Randall can play. Vlade, not great. Rick Smits can play. Covington can play. Vinny Del Negro can play. You got a lot of cards there that you could plug and play, okay, for free cards. But in this video, we're not going to be talking about free cards. We're going to be talking about if you don't have any free cards, who can you build your squad for really cheap with, okay? That is basically the context of this video. Now, again, if you are new to the channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button as we're on the road towards 100,000 subscribers. This would not be a valid video if I didn't have this guy starting it off at the point guard position. Now, again, we have 20,000 MT, and the fact that this card is 1,500, less than 1,500 is very critical because you're getting a great point guard in my team. I'm going to say great because I do like what he provides for you. A great point guard in my team for really cheap. Now, playmaker wise, I'll say it, Denny Avdia is not the best playmaker in the world, but defensively, he's so complete. He's just a complete guard in general. And again, for 1.5 thousand MT, you're going to be hard pressed to find a better point guard in 2K. And honestly, just a better budget card in the game. I think Denny Avdia right now probably holds that value for the best budget card in the game. But the card I'm going to plug in at the shooting guard position has to be really close. That shooting guard happens to be Mike Dunleavy. Look, I've wanted to do a gameplay with Mike Dunleavy for a very long time. And maybe on the no money spent, I can just try him out coming up here very, very soon. But I mean, talk about budget cards in my team. For 1,200 MT, you can get Mike Dunleavy. It is just absolutely absurd to me how cheap some of these good cards in my team is. Because I'll say it and I believe it. I feel like Mike Dunleavy can compete with some of the other top shooting guards in 2K. And if you're wondering, what, Ty, are you serious? Okay, let's compare him to, I don't really have a great guy to compare him to, but Covington, for example. 96 3-ball, can handle the ball well. Now, obviously, defensively, he's not going to be as good as Covington. But offensively, he's super complete. And defensively, because he's 6'9", he's going to be able to hold it down, just put him on a cone, and he's going to be able to hold his own. Tendency's fine. Hall of Fame, catch shoot quarter specialist, clamps, blinders, circus threes, limitless, chef, deadeye, sniper, stop, pop, menace. Look at all those shooting badges. Gold badges, playmaking badges, defensively. He's got what he needs, man. And that's the important thing. You're not going to want to badge all these cards up. But Mike Dunleavy for 1,300 is super, super valuable. So right now, we're under 3,000 MT. And here's when things get a little bit dicey, right? Because we got to start spending a little bit more MT. And we're going to be doing that on Pink Diamond Jeff Green. I like Jeff Green. I did a gameplay with him, and although I will say, I mean, I didn't play as well as I should have with the gameplay, you could tell kind of what the release was that Jeff Green had and how good of a budget card he really is. Now, for under 4,000 MT, that's what you're looking at for Jeff Green. I don't know why my search didn't work, but you're really looking for under 3,000 MT, so that's perfect, right? We want to stay after Jeff Green under that, threshold of 6,000, right? We're averaging about 2,000 per player. And we're doing that after we even plug in Jeff Green. What does Jeff Green provide? 6'8", basically your pure lock that you're looking for. A great 3-and-D option that really has no flaws. He comes with the Kobe size of escape, quick dribble style. You're looking for a budget shooting guard in my team, look no further than Pink Diamond Jeff Green. Yes, I mean, he lacks sniper, lacks a couple of those badges, so maybe if you can snipe one that is fully badged up, that's really the Jeff Green that you're probably going to have the most success with. But a card I definitely like and could use in any type of setting, whether it's competitive, whether it is just playing for fun, you can use Jeff Green's Pink Diamond. Another card that you can use at the Pink Diamond tier that is really good for budget cards is Jonathan Kaminga. Now, again, it's so hard to find cards for that, 2K price point, but you can snipe Jonathan Kaminga for, less than 4,000. There was one up there for 3,600, and that's the one I'm going to go with. So for 3,600, you can get Jonathan Kaminga, 6'8", good 3-ball, good ball handle, decent enough rebounder, can play the 3 or 4. Now, if you want to run Jeff Green at the 4, Jonathan Kaminga at the 3, I don't really care, but I do like both these cards. Kaminga has the Giannis base on very quick, super smooth jump shot, very good defensively, and just, I'm going to say it, he's not a liability on the court and a guy you can definitely trust. Now, the center position is probably the toughest position for budget ballers. It is. Now, it did get helped out, okay? First guy we're going to plug in here is Simbular. You need giants at this point in my team. I don't know how else to tell you guys, but for 2000 MT, you can get one of those giants in Simbular. Why do you need giants? You guys are probably asking. Well, everybody is running Yao. Everybody is running these inside bigs, so you need a guy that can compete, and Simbular can. 7'5", 3 ball, not great, but he can knock it down occasionally. But look at the defense. Good block, decent steal. Perimeter is at an 80 is fine. 85 interior, great rebounder, decent speed, decent lateral quickness for 2000 MT. Tendency-wise, he is just fine, including brick wall, box, intimidator, and worm, all on Hall of Fame. I like Simbular. I really do. And I think when you're looking at it, guys, I'm going to snipe this one and put him up for a little more expensive just because that's what I do. But when you're looking at budget centers, you can't look much further than Simbular. Now, I'm going to make, what, 500 MT on this card? I don't really care what I make. As long as I'm making profit, I like Simbular, and he made me a little bit of MT. So with the starters, guys, you're probably looking at 11,000 MT. Probably, but still, you know, we're on pace for that 20,000 MT price threshold. At the backup point guard position, another diamond, we're gonna plug in Iman Shumpert here, another place in which you can save a little bit of MT. Shumpert, probably the cheapest guy you're gonna find on this list, either him or Mike Dunleavy. 1,200 MT, basically 1,000 MT for Shumpert, so we're right back at 12,000 total. 6'5", 215 pounds, 93 ball, 95 driving neck, 86 bundle. His block is a little low, but his interior at an 80 is just fine. Good steal, interior is fine. 94 speed, 96 lateral quickness. And tendency-wise, Shumpert's got it going on. 12 Hall of Famers, most of them are defensively, so I would say as a perimeter defender, Shumpert is absolutely elite. 53 base badges is fine. I know he's not going to have all the badges you might want, like Chef, like Deadeye, all that stuff. But again, for 1.2 thousand MT, find me a better option outside of Denny Adia. Now, at the shooting guard position, we're going to plug in Pink Diamond Shane Battier. Now, you're going to have to spend a little bit more MT compared to Iman Shumpert, but it's not a ton of MT, and that's important, right? For Shane Battier, right at that 3,000 price point. Again, if you really want to, you could probably snipe one for under 3,000 and be just fine. But I think he's better at the small forward, but he can play the 2 in my team and just hold it down for you. 6'8", 93 3 ball, 93 driving jack, 86 ball handle. Defensively, absolutely elite is Shane Battier. And I think that's the important side of the ball, is that defensive end of the court. And so, yes, Shane Battier, obviously, ball handling, dribbling wise, might not be as good as you want, but you got to take what you can. And on the defensive end of the court, Shane Battier is absolutely elite. Here's when things get really difficult for me, okay? Because MT-wise, it's nearly impossible to stay under 20,000, so you just got to do what you got to do. And that includes Boris Diaw. Now, again, it's him and Jonathan Kaminga that are just a little bit more expensive, but it's not terrible. Again, Boris Diaw, you're looking at, I was saying, basically 3,000 price point. Obviously, we want to stay under that 2,000 price point, but it's nearly impossible to do. So right at 3,000 is what you're looking at for Boris Diaw. 2,800, basically the same price that we just paid for a guy in Shane Battier. Now, why Boris Diaw? Again, just a complete card that can compete in my team. You look at guys like Jeff Green, Jonathan Kaminga, Shane Battier, Boris Diaw. They're all nearly the same card, okay? And why is that important? Because all of them can compete on the defensive end. All of them are fine on the offensive end. Badge-wise, they're all very solid. It's really our preference. Now, the gap between these guys and a guy, let's say, like Draymond Green is so minuscule, it is crazy. And that's why I think it is important, if you really are balling on a budget, that you just have the outline of players that you can use in my team. So yes, this puts us right, we're, closing like 17, 18,000 MT after this one, which is tough, right? It's tough. We're at 17,000 MT with 2 positions left. But here's when things get dicey and where it's nearly impossible to stay under. because you want to talk about the power forward position. And it's nearly impossible not to spend 5,000 MT on the next, in my opinion, best guy. Josh Smith, who I do believe is probably the cheapest option, you're still looking at probably more than you want to pay, right? You're probably looking at 3,000 again. But I will say it, 3,000 for Josh Smith is a solid price. So Josh Smith is going to put us right at that 20,000 price point, but it is what it is. 87 3-ball, 86 ball defensively is absolutely elite. And badge-wise, again, a guy that can hold it down. So it's one of those things in my team, unless you got some free cards, it's nearly impossible to have a team that I think can compete at the highest level. Because this team is 20,000 MT, and I think it can compete at the highest level, and Josh Smith is a part of it. Again, for 3,000 MT, a very solid option. And last but not least, at the center position, where I do think we can save a little bit of MT right now, we're probably at 21,000 MT, Bon Marianovic. Here's a guy that is a diamond right now in my team, but is not expensive at all. Again, an absolute giant that can compete against anybody, but is not expensive. And that's important in my team. For under 2,000 MT, you can get your hands on a big Bon Marianovic. Now, what I will say is this. After you buy Boban, you're looking at probably 23,000 MT, but basically 20,000 MT, 7'4", 82 3-ball, and though his jump shot is horrible, but on the interior, he's going to be able to compete. Even on the perimeter, has an 80 perimeter, good speed, good lateral quickness. You just really can't shoot the ball with him, but outside of that, he's fine. Badge-wise, maybe not as complete as Bular, but basically the same card. Brick wall, rim, box, and he probably is better overall than Sim Bular. Boban, if you need a giant at that center position, is probably the guy I'd lean into. So basically, for 20,000 MT, here's what you guys are looking at. You're looking at Danny at the 1, Dudley V at the 2, Jeff Green at the 3, Kaminga at the 4 with Bular at the 5, Shump at the backup 1 with Batty at the 2, Borsti at the 3, Josh Smith at the 4, and Boban at the 5. Again, guys, I talked about each and every one of these cards, why I believe they are important to plug into the lineup, and that I believe you can have some success with it. Now, if you want to swap Boris Diaw into that 4 and Kaminga at the 3, maybe that's better, but it doesn't really matter, guys. I think this is the type of squad that can compete at any type of level and that you guys can have success with. I want to know your thoughts on this squad down below in the comments. Again, you just started my team. It's not super hard, man. Get 20,000 MT and you've got a squad that can compete at the highest level. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you are new. And as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.